doing it. You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L podcast.
Rocking and rolling. First of all, man, I never seen a watch that looks like this before. What kind of watch is that? Is that a Patek, man? What is that?
Definitely not a Patek. I'm not gonna sauce you up. Definitely not a Patek. It's AX. You know what AX is?
I don't know anything about watches.
Armani Exchange.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, man, that's cool. I got
just every day. Everybody got their every day. You feel me?
My watch was upside down. Excuse me, people. Mine's a Fossil watch.
Fossil.
People keep saying it's an Apple watch. I'm like, it's not an Apple watch. Man. I don't know where you guys are getting that from. Introduce yourself to everybody real quick, bro.
BRN 41, born 41. That's who I am. Been on Finkel all my life.
Can you expand on the name a little bit? How you came up with that name?
Shit, my mother and father been there ever since I was born. Even back when, before I got there, it was her family, she got eight sisters, 4 brothers. So, having that many family, you can't help it but to spread out in the same area. So, I've been there a long time.
I like when there's a meaning behind a name. That means a lot. I think it's like a lost art nowadays. Like,
oh, for sure. Everybody just want the catch, you feel me, the catchphrase.
Coochie-holics are out there.
But that's part of it, though, having something people can't remember.
Yeah.
You feel me? So.
Yeah, I remember when Eminem came out, I think a lot of people associated it with the candy. Okay, so it was like extremely hard to think,
Yeah, I feel that.
I think that's what it was for real. Like, Eminem's existed.
Never thought about it, for real. That's crazy.
It has to be that, because that's the only reason I knew, like, okay, Eminem's exist. But when I was younger, when I was trying to find Eminem, I would go on Google and type in M and M. Yeah. So I could never find his music. I'm like, who's this Eminem guy? If he's not he's on the radio, how is he not on the internet? And then I figured out it's EMINEM, shit like that. I
think that's probably why you flipped it, so you could probably, you feel me, the E.
Yes. Yeah, oh, shit. Yeah. We're breaking ground right now on how he branded his name so people could find him and distinguish him.
Yeah, he flipped that E around.
Yeah, that was smart as hell. Yeah. Talk about yourself a little bit, man. Are you from Detroit?
Oh, yeah. Finkel. You feel me? Aunties on Finkel. From Finkel to, like, Wyoming all the way down. You feel me? I've been over there a long time, just stomping around with my family. Have family spread out all over 7 Mile, different places. But music in general, you got people in your family that sing and are talented. So that's where my love for music came from. You feel me? My mother sang, my father sang, so, I definitely have both parents. So,
Finkel has to be the proudest street, because if you look on, like, social media, like, 1 out of every 20 usernames has Finkel in it somewhere.
I ain't know that. That's heavy.
You didn't know that?
That's interesting.
If you go on Google and type in, Instagram and type in Finkel, it's like 1,000 names pull up, like, instantly.
I did not know that. That's.
What do you think it is about that street, man?
I think it's just the effect of what you go through, depending on where you grow up and who you grow up with and what era you grew up in. That's very important. So,
What era did you grow up in?
Oh, boy. I grew up in the 90s, man.
For real?
Yeah, yeah. But unfortunately, growing up in the streets, you get into trouble. So, I got took off the streets in my 20s. So,
early 20s?
Yeah.
So, obviously you had to get in trouble. Obviously you had to go through some shit to get taken away. How long did you get taken away for?
Shit, almost 10. It's like 8 some change. Yeah.
So about 8 years? Mm-hmm. Do you care to talk about that and chime in on that a little bit? Like, 1 minute being a free man, obviously in the next minute you're realizing you have to spend some time away.
It's mentally, it's a lot of shit you don't think about when you get locked up, as far as the effect they have on everybody, for real. Especially when you out here doing shit and people don't know what you doing and how you doing it. God forbid that shit don't come on them. So you got to be careful. You don't think about that shit because you out moving. So when you get taken away, you got time to focus on what you could have did better. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm sure when you were growing up, everybody, even no matter where you come from, somebody that's gotten locked up to some degree, right? So growing up, did you see people around you getting locked up and it didn't kind of like click in your brain, like, that I'm going down that road?
You got examples. You're right. You got your examples. We're not going to get past that. You do. And that's what's even more clear understanding of the rabbit hole, because my mother, like I said, having all that family, uncles, being locked up, being paroled to the house. You wake up, your uncle there. What the fuck? Where you come from? So, yes, I had examples. So, unfortunately, even though you go through life and have them examples like we was talking about earlier, when you get into them situations, even having them examples, it ain't clear to you to use them at that time yet,
Now, how long have you been working on music for?
I've been working on music for a minute, man. Like, I first started taking it somewhat serious back when I fucked with my homie Warpath. Like, he was doing shows. We did some songs together. But after that, life comes into play. So, going through the county and shit, I stopped doing that. And you start thinking about more of my money and my direction in my life. Because, when you following after somebody, it's not necessarily fully your direction yet. So I had to figure out my own lane.
Yeah. Can you bring the microphone? Grab?
Yeah, my bad.
Yo,
yeah.
you're good.
Yeah.
It happens with everybody.
Yeah.
Right there's
Good.
cool. So how long roughly is that year-wise span? Like how long you been working on music year-wise?
So taking it seriously since 2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's kind of when Detroit's really starting to bubble, right?
Nah. I'm not personally. I don't know, because 2017 I had just came home January 10th.
Oh.
So that's when I, being in there writing and, putting shit on paper and really getting it out. I got all that material. So, now I finally got the time to use it. So that's really what it was about.
Well, no, I'm saying like as far as Detroit music's concerned, that's kind of like the time that was really bubbling as far as like.
You think so? 17?
Well, I feel like when T Grizzly dropped First Day Out and then Sada Baby was really emerging with 2K17.
I got out. He got out before me, and I got out right after that. Yep, you are right. You're right about that.
Right about that. Even when I talked to Hellava, he kind of announced that T Grizzly and him were the ones to basically.
You're right about that. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, make the break for mainstream for Detroit music. Before you got locked up, you were probably listening to, Doughboy's Cash Out was probably, Team East Side and stuff like that.
Correct.
So that's probably why people consider it that. Now, before you get locked up, now talk about the music you're hearing and what's going on around that time.
You still listening to Gucci and, the people that you like, you know what I'm saying? But Detroit artists, All Star and the other cats, that's doing it right now. We definitely listen to them. Shout out to everybody for sure.
Yeah, it's cool.
For sure. I love the city, man.
Yeah,
I love
right
our
now.
music, bro. It's so different because everybody's so different. Even though we're from the same pot, it's just beautiful.
It is a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
right?
It's beautiful.
Yeah. There's a thing about distinguishing yourself and separating yourself from everybody else, and usually it comes out of your genuine character. You just put some energy into it.
Yeah.
I don't think the people who are trying to force it are succeeding or getting to the level where they have a substantial fan base or anything like that. So before you were getting locked up, how much was music being considered to you? Like you said, you started taking it seriously 2017, right?
Yeah.
Technically during your First Day Out era.
For sure.
But before that, what were you doing to kind of progress your career?
So, 2018, I had got with my homie. He really, was already recording, putting the studio together. So, he always known me because we've been together a long time. So he already know I rap or whatever, put my thoughts on paper. So when I got back, he was like, it's time for you to, finally get for real. So I got with him. 2019, I put out some material on YouTube or whatever, 4 tracks, and then life again, man. I had to fight a case for over 1.5 years.
Damn.
Yeah, man, it's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the dilemma, right? Is real life, dealing with the music and then dealing with real life.
Trying to stay consistent with shit you got going on. Yeah, for real.
If your music is really like what it is, about your life, and that's what's popping right now, is kind of. Well, can we talk about the content of your music and where it comes from?
It just comes from my perspective on life, like one of my songs is about your instincts. I always lead with your instincts. Always, because everybody subconsciously don't go with that inner thought, but that's what you should do. Don't second guess. If it tell you don't do it, don't do it. Don't second guess your instincts. So it's on that type of level, just being aware of shit. And me telling you about shit I've been through on the block, living my life and shit didn't happen to me, for sure.
Instincts as far as going with your gut?
Yeah, for sure. Don't second guess yourself. Yeah, be true to your power. Be true to your essence.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself. Don't just second guess your instincts.
Yeah.
They're telling you right.
Yeah. I agree with you. I don't think there was ever a time that I went with my gut and that was ever wrong. And I don't think there was ever a time
Even
where
if it looked bad on other people, you knew what you did for you was the right thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah. When you're talking about the content of your music, does Detroit create some of that content? Does growing up and living in Detroit create some of that content?
Hell yeah. Family growing up on 7 Mile, family growing up in like all spread out everywhere. So, cause you know every block in Detroit is different. You go and this what's crazy about the West Side and the East Side, cause everybody feel different about the West Side and the East Side. You know that. So, yeah, every block is just different. So all of that combined, it's a beautiful thing, and everybody's expression of it is different. So yeah, it's definitely I love it, man. I love the city.
People always like to talk about the differences of the East Side and the West Side. It's like always, an engagement a conversation starter.
Yeah.
What do you notice from the East Side versus the West Side?
Woo! So I used to be on Houston, Woody, and Chalmers a lot. 6 Mile and Marks, Quinder. It's just a lot more alive, man. It's a lot more shit going on. Like the level mind of the East Side, is you gotta be on point with who you know, where you going. Because if you're in the wrong areas, they're gonna come and see what about you. You feel me? And the West Side, it's more calm because everybody is not on that level at that point. You feel they're more about their money.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's an interesting perspective.
even though like the East Side still get money, but they more territorial about their money. For sure.
Yeah.
They're like, don't be coming over here trying to get money, bro. We got this under control.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so.
It's interesting that you kind of missed the gap of, and I know I'm going to get in a lot of trouble for saying this, but the gap of music from, so when you got locked up, I'm assuming it was roughly 2010, right?
Earlier, yeah.
Oh, 2009, 2010, something like that?
Yeah, earlier, yeah.
And, that's kind of a gap where Detroit music was consistently in a state of good, but it wasn't explosive yet.
Okay.
So it's kind of weird that you kind of missed like the
I know.
The heart.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, man. But it is what it is. But I don't look at it as a hindrance. It was at the time.
When you were inside, what facility did you have to go to?
First one I touched was up north. You always send you to the moon. Up north, Chippewa Correctional Facility.
Chippewa Corrections, that's the first place to send you to?
Yeah.
What do you care to talk about the case at all? Like what did they try to get you with?
Armed robbery. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. It's already over with.
Okay.
Yeah, armed robbery.
Did you give it to them easy or did you fight?
You can't fight when you out there and they bum rush you. You can't. Ain't no fighting that.
Damn. So they got you like on site.
Oh yeah.
That's tough.
Ain't no wiggle room there.
What at that point was it a desperation move to have to take such a big step, or was it like you already had it going on and this was just another situation?
That part of my life, I was going through a little separation with, you get separated with your lady or whatever, but she was on drugs heavy. She was sniffing heroin. So then I just, being young, not wanting to work for real, wanting to invest in myself, but not the right way. So I started doing it the wrong way, but it was, lucrative. And unfortunately, I was using all of the things around me to do that. But I should have used my mind more, you know how it goes. So.
Look, man, I don't judge anybody who says stuff like that because, even though, again, I know I'm going to get in trouble for saying this too, like, there was a time where I was so fucking broke that I was literally blueprinting in my mind, like, how do I get inside that person's crib and find some shit and just take it? Like, I was always thinking, like, there's a safe
I wasn't
somewhere.
on that level with, like, the prowler crib. Now I ain't doing all that. No,
not the crib?
Nah,
I feel like it's the best because you can scout the crib, you can see when they leave.
Because I wasn't that type of person. I was always a hustler. It was more of me helping a person that really didn't need my help, for real.
Right.
Seriously.
Right. So you kind of got caught in, like, something you shouldn't have been a part of in the first place.
Yeah, it was family, so
yeah.
You know how you feel about family, some family worth it, some not, so.
It's like the movie scenes where it's like the guy's like, come on, bro, I need you in this. And it's like, I'm not trying to do that shit.
Like, for real.
Yeah.
Cause like you know you get signs before you do shit. I couldn't even find the motherfucker.
Man.
Like, yeah, okay, I got you. I don't even know what the fuck it said. I had to call somebody for them to tell me. That was the biggest sign in the world, but signs and symbols. My mind wasn't conscious, bro. I wasn't realizing it.
Yeah, there's always signs before you do something stupid, man.
I had all the signs in the world. If I keep telling you, you can be like, what the fuck? The police rode past me before I parked. Man. Like, it's all craziness, bro. Look at you face. You like, what?
The police rode past
bro,
you?
Real talk. When I parked, where I parked at, yeah, they, let's see.
That's God, like, here's number one for you.
I thought about these. Strap these motherfuckers up.
Yeah.
That's all, you know, how you is out there, you know, being macho, not thinking, so.
Yeah. Was it, like, as far as, was it planned to be armed, or was it kind of, like, not as planned, or, like, how did you kind of look at it going in? Was it supposed to be easier than it was supposed to be, and it got complicating, or did it just go how you kind of planned?
I didn't plan on anything.
Wrong place, wrong time.
I'm like, bro, you need me?
Yeah.
Fuck it. All right, fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, man. What the fuck y'all doing, man? What the fuck?
Yeah, right.
That was it. What can you do?
Yeah.
What can you do? It was an operation. They had something going on I ain't had nothing to do with.
When the judge was talking to you, did they understand that aspect of it, and did they genuinely look at that as a part of your sentencing?
I mean, I'm not telling them that. I got to take what I got to take.
Yeah.
Nothing to discuss, for real, you know? So whatever they give you, unless you're willing to talk.
Oh, yeah. No, hell no. Hell no. Fuck
so
that.
You willing to negotiate why you was there? Are you? I mean, I'm asking you.
You're just like, I'm not going to waste anybody's damn time here.
What you mean?
Yeah, that's what you were saying. Like, I'm not going to waste.
Right there.
Yeah.
Like, what else you could
But you can always negotiate your, like, not without saying anything. You can always, like, plead your case. Like,
you
listen,
got the
man.
right lawyer, yeah.
Yeah, but like, I
to
wasn't
represent you.
Yeah.
But you're not about to physically go in there and do nothing, so.
Did you have appointed court, or did you have a court appointed, or did you get your own?
I had a court appointed
Was that
just not.
Wasn't it?
Just with the situation, what can you do?
No, nothing as far as
what I just said to you, point blank. As a lawyer, what can you do?
I think the only thing a lawyer can do is be like, listen, Your Honor,
Look at your face trying to explain it.
No, all I can say is my client didn't want to be there, and it just happened to be a circumstance. I don't know, man. What?
I can't believe he even came and said that shit right now, man. What the fuck is you talking about? Man, why, kid? Why? Man? You know, there's nothing you can say.
Hey, man, what did OJ's lawyer do? That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Look at OJ's lawyer. OJ
fell, stumbled with it.
Man,
That's crazy.
Anyway, so that's tough though. Was that your first experience ever having to go through the system?
Oh yeah.
And so
not first, like officially, like you go through county time or whatever, but
yeah.
But the big house. Oh yeah.
And what's the process in your mind when you obviously you're gonna get sentenced and everything, but hearing the numbers, hearing how long, is it like, okay, I'm relieved it's not that long, or what goes through your mind when you're actually getting the sentencing?
Unfortunately, like, this is some real shit. Like, like I told you, I got family that been locked up. So one of the family members I care about, she came to me and was like, she had just did almost 10 years. So she was like, you got realistically, before you go in there, put a number in your head. And once you do that, be okay with that number you came in with. Anything else after that, you gotta take.
Wow. And experiencing it, walking, is it like the movies, kind of like the experience of going to prison, like as far as like the first day is obviously the roughest, and like figuring out who's who and what's what, or did it kind of just go seamlessly? Like, did you just walk through it kind of like with ease?
With ease?
I don't fucking know. Hey, some people do come on here and say like it was an easy trip for me.
If you talking about a guy that's been locked up, there's no way you can say with ease.
I had somebody come on here that literally said it wasn't like
How long was he there?
20 years. 19 years.
19?
Yeah.
Depends on
he got affiliated with the not Muslims. What do they call those dudes that are in there that kind of what's those people called that have like that kind of it's not like it's like a religion, but it's like close to Muslim. Islam, Nation of Islam. He got
NOI.
affiliated with them instantly, and then he's
NOI.
like, was it?
Yeah, the Nation of Islam will keep your mind on the right. They got more of a militant mindset on keeping you with structure. So yeah, I can see that.
How did you get yourself acquainted? Like as comfortable as you could possibly be. Like, what steps did you take?
You unfortunately, it's a lot of people in there. So you got people people you done met, people you done came across, but never really got a chance to talk to. So you collectively see where they mind at, because everybody not on the same shit you on, unfortunately. So when you get cool with somebody, be careful what they into. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what they into. So you just got to be cautious to be able to read people for real. Yeah,
I used to watch, I know it sounds like goofy, but 60 Days In and stuff. And I used to see people who go in and, they're basically inside snitches. And I remember them being asked to do favors and not knowing that a favor means you owe somebody something.
Oh yeah, that's real shit.
And I felt like, damn, if I didn't watch this show, I wouldn't have known that. So I would have been in there like, oh, you can have my ramen noodles or whatever the fuck.
That's real shit. They call it a store. So when you got a guy that is, been there or gonna be there for a while, they run a store to keep themselves getting money to keep eating, because being there that long, if they have family that can really successfully do it financially, they'll do it. But if not, he got to figure ways out to do it. So yeah, if you owe that man and you ain't giving him what you owe him, just like anywhere else, what's gonna happen? Depending on where his mind at.
Yeah, man, I don't know what I would do. So when you go in there, you can't, are there things you know in early that when you go?
Yeah, it's so serious. I was asleep one time. You could be asleep, not knowing what people into. A guy was getting his head beat in with a lock, sleep in his bed.
Man.
So you got to really be careful who you associate with. It's real. There's a lot of prison politics that's for real. They don't take that shit as no joke.
Yeah.
And being where you come from and what you into, holding your name solid, that's all important.
Yeah. Some people I see, when I was watching those shows or just watching inside, that are so comfortable in there that it's almost like a nonchalant approach to controlling everybody around them. They're so relaxed with the fact that they're in there that they can control the people around. Some people might have more tension in them, or a little bit more stress, or a little more scared, so it's easier to control some of the people around you.
For sure.
And whatnot. Is that a reality?
I don't know, for real. Controlling them, I wouldn't.
Not controlling them, but just being lackadaisical about I got this bitch under lock. I know what I'm doing in here. And there's people who might come in tension. I feel like if I was locked up, I was locked up before, bro. And when I was in that bitch, when I was locked up,
you locked up?
I was 48 hours, man.
48 hours?
That shit was crazy.
Where they put you at?
Macomb Correction.
Oh, Macomb.
I was in the bullpen. And everybody was just I tried to act like I knew what time it was when I was in that bitch, but they knew I didn't know what time it was. The only reason nobody fucked with me, or even one of the dude who I got locked up with was bragging about me. He's like, "That's T Grizzly's side of baby's music."
Right, don't fuck with my man.
Yeah, you feel me? I'm trying to chill out. But this white boy,
what's up though. Yeah, he had your back though.
This one white boy came in at 2 a.m. They threw him in there with us, and man, he was everybody was get this fucking dude away from us type shit. He was in the corner. They wouldn't give him a mat to sleep on. And I was like, that could have been me.
Yeah, there'd be shit going on. See what I'm saying? Yeah. And it didn't come from nowhere. That shit came from nowhere. He just came in. Nah, he ain't got shit.
And now the timing, the hardest part for me, or for anybody when they watch somebody go through prison time, is the time. Obviously, the time is the hardest part.
Very important. Yeah, time is everything.
How do you get through the time?
The best way you can. Some people got a system, some people don't, some people, but for me, it was more reading, What
were you reading?
Being, The Power of Now. You ever heard of it? By Eckhart Tolle?
I'm guessing it has something to do with living in the moment.
Being in the present, yeah, for sure. So, yeah, that was a good book, good tool I use, for sure. But, just staying present and not getting caught up in what's going on around you, Keeping focus on the long end. Because a lot of people get lost in that shit that's going on, because it'd be a lot of shit people try to put you into as well. So It's got to be focused on what you want in the end situation, because that's what it's about. Not the beginning, the end, getting out, getting the fuck out.
Yeah. When you're reading a book like that, that's about staying in the present, what sticks out to you the most from those books? And also, what made you decide to go to something that was more spiritual and as far as life helping instead of something that's like a novelty, like a fictional book, like something fun to read?
Are you talking about like them hood novels and shit?
Whatever the fuck.
Like, yeah,
I don't even know. I didn't know there was hood
like
novels.
the romance novels. A lot of books be in there like that, but I don't like that type of shit. I just, you know what I mean? My mind, that shit don't attract me, you know? So it was more things that, you know, had me think. I like to research. I like that shit like that. So I need shit that have me thinking. So yeah, that's why.
Were you into stuff like that before you got locked up?
Oh, yeah, always.
Spiritual, kind
Not
of like
spiritual, but like, you know, I believe in spirituality, but yeah, it always grabs towards shit that stimulate my mind always. Yeah,
that's actually pretty cool, man. So towards the enduring of the sentence, what was like the hardest thing you had to go through?
Staying out of bullshit, man, for real. Like going to the hole, being close to the door, shit like that, man. Like then that happened. I went to the hole. Like shit crazy, man. Like a fight broke out in my pod and everybody fighting. So that shit you can't control. And that's one of the things that the book tell you. Accept the shit you cannot control. Accept it. What you gonna do after the fact. So
yeah. When you're in the hole versus being in, what do they call it? The regular population. Yeah. Does the time go by extremely slower? Or like,
man, you looking at a square, like a coffin, damn near.
Damn.
With a door. For real.
When you look at
nothing else around you.
When you look at the reason that people might go to prison or whatever in the circumstances or whatnot, do you feel like prisons are fair as far as like living conditions and things like that? I don't.
And that's why, 2017, I created a business called Reinventing, and I was just to get, guys coming out aware of what is awarded to us, being awarded to the state. So, we're supposed to get funding, we're supposed to get housing, we're supposed to get, money from the state to go get a trade skill or whatever. This is the shit that they don't tell us.
And that wasn't offered in your circumstances?
What do you mean?
As far as those
resources?
Yeah, those resources.
Nah, I mean, they had, you got different people that come up, but if they run out of funding, what then? If they came up talking about the same thing I'm talking about, okay, and then they run out of funding, there is no more. So yeah.
So what do they do about that?
They try to come up with funding again to get something else going.
So how does your business accommodate that?
So you basically got on the website and all of that information was there for you.
Cool.
Yeah, I just got to be out making people aware. So what I did was I went to Detroit Training Center, you feel me, and got my CDL. And when I did that, doing that through their little situation, they gave me an award for that, just being a participant. So I just try to take that and let other people know, even though you might want to choose to go back to the streets, if that's an option for you, but there's other ways to get money. So other avenues to get money, and you have to figure out your plan.
How, when it comes to people looking at that, what you provided for them, what options are you showcasing to help people kind of steer away from going back to the streets? So,
options meaning the DCC they had all the trade skills there, and then they invited me to the city council meeting to even bring more awareness to their table. So I did that as well. I went to the interview with them and did that, brought that to their attention. So it wasn't a podcast, but it was just letting the table, people was going on, letting them know what I had to offer and the information.
So this is the city council we're talking about?
Yeah. It's all in my email. I'll show it to you.
How many people were there that were...
there was another guy there that had got out. That's sad you said that, and I can't remember the name of his company, but yeah, he was there as well, but he got out before me as well. He did the same thing. He was there, and who's the head right now? You know her name, Yates or Bates? I can't remember. Do you know who it is right now?
The head of what?
The city council right now, yeah. Mm-mm. But yeah, if it's the same person, she was there. Yeah, everybody was there who was supposed to be there.
So when you're there, though, you're one of the only representatives of what you're speaking about, and you're dealing with the city council?
No, it was other people. Like I was saying, it was a guy that got out of prison before me and he came up with his own business, cleaning business or whatever. But he wanted to hire felons, you know, to make them aware as well. So it was other people there that had stuff going on.
Okay, cool. So is this one of those things where, you know, you walk up to the podium and you get to speak to everybody, or is it like literally like you're saying it's a round table?
It's a round table.
And now when you're sitting there, obviously you can't, not anybody could just sit there, right?
I mean, depending on who you know, if you got, like I'm saying, something that's going to be effective for the community, yeah, they'll let you sit down.
That's what I'm saying to you. Like, you did something, you presented something that was worthy enough for you to be at that table. Now, how did they hear about you? How did they figure out about you?
My participation in the program, like I was telling you.
And now, when they looked at what you were accomplishing or what you were providing, they thought this is enough for you to be able to have a conversation with them and fix things and move things around.
Right. That's when the mayor had invited me to the State of the City Union. You know about it?
Mm-mm.
The State of the City Union address? How he addresses the state of the city of Detroit moving forward every certain amount of years.
No, I didn't know about that. What is that?
Yeah, so it's big. It was on Channel 2 News, so he basically let you know whatever they have moving forward as far as programs for Southwest, like the upliftment of Southwest, he was speaking about all of that stuff. So yeah, he invited me to that, me and another gentleman as well, yeah.
Wow. So you were doing enough for them to say, you know, we need you to keep continuing and pushing this out there and getting this publicly known.
Correct. And then COVID is that changed everything. You know what I'm saying? So
was it a positive or negative effect?
Definitely negative, because who you gonna go talk to when they first shut everything down? Who the fuck you can't go talk to nobody? Everything shut down. Right.
So that kind of
for everything I'm offering, it's closed.
Damn.
You can only go, online if it's online, if they even let you in. So they wouldn't let nobody do nothing. You remember that.
And in the, best case scenario, if the COVID hadn't happened, what would have been happening for you?
It would have been a beautiful thing, man. I would have probably did the Motor City match. You know about that, right?
Motor City match?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. What is that? I don't know much about stuff, man.
It's for the city, Okay, so the city got a program where you got a business going on. They'll match the money that you would need to open it. But if they go by your credit. So if you got good credit, so on and so forth, you come up with your plan. They'll give you $5,000, I think, to do the preview of it, like a preview setup, like a startup. And if that's successful, they give you the rest of the money.
Of course I don't know about it, bro. My fucking credit score is like 2.
Oh, you a lying piece of
shit. Bro, my credit score is
horrendous. You've been doing this for how long? You've been sitting still doing this for how long? Your credit got to be good.
My credit?
By now?
Why does anybody think
by
my
now,
credit
I'm saying by now.
No, my credit
Why
is...
you not working on it, kid?
Bro, my credit... Let me tell you how bad my credit is, all right? I took a loan
Look at his face. He got his head
I
down
took a loan for $30,000 in 2013. And I went over on the interest like 1,000 times. My credit got...
What was the percentage they was trying to hit you with?
I think it was something crazy, because this is when they were...
Over 3.5?
It was something crazy. You know why? Because this was when they just started accepting people online. Because this was like the first time something popped up on your screen and said, we'll deposit $7,500 into your account tomorrow. And I was like, are you kidding me? Boom. Typed in social, typed in all my information. 2-3 days later, I get $7,500 in my account. Let me do this with
questions asked?
Huh?
No questions
asked. But the interest rate was crazy. And so I just kept doing it with different websites till I hit about $30,000, right? Bought a bunch of camera equipment, bought a bunch of bullshit, massages, shit.
See, I know when you asked, would have been a different story if I didn't get locked up. There you go. 2013, I was gone. Boy, you would have know what I did, $7,500?
Something smart.
Yeah. I've been through some bullshit already. Yeah.
No, but I terrorized my credit. My credit's so bad. It's so bad to the point where, like, I don't even know. It's just really bad. But, anyway.
Mine ain't the best. We are working. For sure. We are working.
But back to what you were saying, they match your business is, what you say it's worth, the value of it.
Correct. Depending on your business plan.
Okay,
sure.
And so kind of elaborate the business enough for people right now, if somebody's watching, what they can get from it.
Which one, Reinvented or Motor City Match?
The Reinvent. I thought that was a part of...
Motor City Match is totally different. That's something the city is offering.
I'm saying talk about your business. That's what I'm saying.
Reinvented it basically is just giving you where the trade skills are. Who to talk to if you needed housing. Mm-hmm. Because at the round table, it's a lot of people that work for corrections. So they give you their card after you tell them what's going on. So you got that information as well. You just fill in the pieces of the puzzle if you can do that.
Now, when you talk about trades, what kind of jobs are we talking about? Any type of trade work?
CDL, high-low, they got it all over there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So when somebody gets out there, there's a way for them to find a job.
For sure, and I hope they watching. Yes, go to DTC. They got a good plan over there.
Right on. Yeah, that must be difficult if you get out and you have nobody wants to hire maybe somebody that's a felon or maybe somebody that's been through the system.
See, they had a company called Sir Metro. Now that was the company that like if you go there to DTC, Sir Metro hear about it, you go over there, they start giving you money for going, but they run out of funding.
Yeah.
They ran out of funding. See the shit I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Nah, they can't even get it.
Wow. So right now, if you're kind of
now that takes another platform off of Reinvented. So shit, it just depends on what they have enough funding for. So.
So right now, when COVID hit and everything like that, it made it very difficult for you to be able to complete your mission or continue your mission.
Just change things, change my direction. Yeah,
were you able to do anything different now, or what decision did you come to?
So it just like I said, it pulled a break on things. So my direction changed. I started applying my mind to other things because at the time it was definitely prospering, but who knew how long this shit was gonna go on? Who knew that we was gonna go through COVID? That shit was crazy. So you gotta think of other things to do. So that was my goal, to figure things out. What else can I do?
Okay. Did you start a different business or anything like that?
No, I didn't start it, but I went and worked for the city of Detroit. That's what I did do.
Cool.
Yeah, I did do that.
And what type of regard? Do you care to talk about that, or?
So you get your CDL, they want you to drive their trucks or whatever. So I was on the water side though, the sewer side, the shit side. So yeah.
So truck driving to some degree.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
what's
just
the life
maintaining the infrastructure of the city.
What's that like?
It's definitely a lot of work, but it's when you going out in front of people's houses, they calling talking about, they basically got water in it coming up to their fucking second level. You kind of feel some type of way, so you want to help.
Yeah.
So that's the type of shit I was doing, helping people, get their water out their basement, shit like that. Water main breaks.
How much was your artistry involved, and how consistent were you staying with it during these business ventures?
So basically 2017, like I said, I got out 2018 is when I got with my homie. You start, getting the material together, and then I opened the business. So it kind of went back and forth on when I had time to do so. Yeah, I was still trying to rebuild my life at the same time, trying to make something of myself. So some things will have to take a back and forth effect.
Yeah, for sure. Did you get to put out any music I've looked at your music videos. I know it's not doing the craziest engagement or anything else, but it's good. It's good music.
I appreciate that.
But it's do you feel like you did the right things to market it, or do you feel like
I don't feel like I've made all the right moves. That's what I'm trying to do better now.
Okay.
God willing to give me the strength to do so. But yeah, man, that's why I'm here with you trying to deliver it to everybody for sure. Sure.
Have you connected with any artists to feature with it or anything like that? Or are you still
not yet. I still gotta, make some sauce for myself. So I'm still trying to just build more material to be more consistent.
Yeah, that's the hardest part, right? It's trying to delegate your real life with the music.
Consistency is everything, man. Yeah. And I'm a firm believer in it now. You got to be consistent, because when you fall off, you lose track of what's going on. You lose that energy. So being consistent, no matter what, you got to keep going. So.
Yeah,
it's hard to do though. Better, easier said than done. You feel me?
I feel like if you're in a position where maybe you're managing a business, that makes it very fucking difficult. Yeah. Because music is its own business.
For real.
So it's you're doing two things at the same damn time.
At the same time, for sure. And if you trying to do that with nothing, you fresh getting out. You don't have shit.
Yeah. sometimes the first day out is the advantage because it's a
It
popular
is.
name.
Yeah, for sure it is. It was already done though, and he did it well. So.
T?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I think T had all the pieces moving for him too, because he had like somebody who was pushing it with him, like his manager was really trying to get things moving, and then he was already connected in the city and all that stuff with the music scene. So
And that type of energy wasn't there yet.
yeah.
So that was all a plus for sure.
So when you're away, now T first day out comes out when you get out, basically a little bit earlier.
Oh yeah.
Did you get to hear it before you got out?
No, I did not. Everybody was talking about it, and I'm like, "What the fuck y'all talking about?" Because I'm about to get out. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck T is, because in the joint, I ran into him before. That's I didn't know him by T, so like, I'm like, what the fuck is that? But when I got out and seen his face, I said, okay, that's bro. All right.
Oh, so you guys actually got to meet each other?
I met him in St. Louis, at St. Louis Correctional when I was locked up. Yeah, played spades with him. He's solid, man. All right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And at the time, did you see any admiration for him for the music or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I didn't know. Being locked up so early, I didn't know a lot of shit. So, when he was telling me and bringing his shit out, because he was the one that told me he actually wanted to sing more than he wanted to rap. Yeah. I don't know if he ever let everybody know that, but yeah, he told me that. So I was like, just do what you feel. I ain't worried about that other shit. Just do it. So that was real to me. He exposed that to me, so it was straight.
When he's saying that, is he coming more from like the R&B angle, or just
not even that? Just like harmonizing more instead of just rapping. Put more melodic sounds instead of just all lyrics.
That's so interesting because that's kind of what he's doing now with the newer music that he's coming out with. It's more melodic.
Oh yeah, he talked to my brother on the phone. I'll tell you, we talked about it.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, the new wave of music?
No, I'm saying when he was there. Yeah.
Oh, so he talked to you about what is now his style of music.
Well, he was trying to head into, because he was. Even though he had material, he wanted to change it. But yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
I knew he was going to say that.
No, I mean, I didn't even know that you met the guy, but now hearing that, his idea was to sing over rapping, and then at the beginning he just stuck to rapping more. So
I played spades with that bum. He'll tell you can't play spades that good, because his partner was mad as fuck every time we whooped their ass. But yeah, he'll tell you
spades
if you remember. But yeah.
Yeah. That's how you guys kind of kill the time, right? The game board, board games and stuff.
Spades, chess, all this. If you want to come out of your shell, your bed or whatever, and go fuck with people, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. What was the chef moments for you? Did you have your chef moments? Did you order food?
Oh, you talking about cook-ups?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What's the secrets, man? What's the ingredients?
See, to be honest, that whole experience is why I don't eat beef. Like, the meat was not meat.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what that shit was. So I started doing more tuna, trying to keep my insides healthy, because that shit'll break you down in there, bro. Eat that bullshit. Like, I couldn't do it. So I was ordering tuna, doing more tuna, cold tuna with almonds and shit like that. Rice.
Smart.
Yeah, that's how I was eating.
That's something I never got when I watched the cook-ups on YouTube. People would show what they were making in prison, and then somebody would grab a bag of hot Cheetos, and then they'd mix it with this and that and this. I'm like, bro, don't you feel like garbage? Like, you have to stay in your cell for like 20 hours. You're going to feel like
Imagine
garbage.
eating that type of shit for years.
Bro.
Your body going to start to tell you need to cleanse.
Yeah.
You need to fucking cleanse. So
I could never
over time, I learned that, like, I'm good. And to this day, I don't eat no beef. I'm good.
Does it work like you actually get to cook real food in yourself if you can afford it? Like, I was watching this prison show, and he actually got like beef, and he could cook it inside of his.
He got the plug in the kitchen. The kitchen got all the real shit.
Real.
Supposedly. So if he feel like he can get it to make it look like, get it.
Oh, they have to disguise it to make it look like
I'm saying, like, if you can get it out the kitchen and do it, and change, not necessarily change, but change whatever you're going to cook.
That's kind of why I asked you earlier about the fairness of prison, because when I think about the fairness of prison, there's a couple things that really don't seem fair to me. One, I think you should be able to eat whatever food you can afford, if possible. Yeah. And then two, man, you should be able to get some coochie at least once a month.
Well, like New York, New York is different. They got
conjugal
visits. Yeah. So it just depends on the state.
Where you were at? Did you get there? Were they allowed to have conjugal visits?
Yeah, I was here. I was Michigan.
So there's none here.
No.
That's not fair, bro.
Hell no.
That's not fair. How come you can't?
That's what they agreed to, though. That's what the state agreed to.
I know, but I'm just saying it's not fair.
It's not.
It's like that's a human thing biologically.
They want to box you away from everybody. You know, that's how they do it.
You should be able to hook up once every year at
should
least.
be a rule.
Because I'm just seeing now, like, people got so desperate to the point where they got prison guards in there getting freaky. Did you watch the prison show that just came out? What's that dude's name? Daniel DeToro or whatever? DeToro?
No, I ain't seen it.
It's called Escape from... It's that prison escape that happened in like 2015 where basically these two prisoners slept with their prison guard.
Oh, dig it.
And the prison guard snuck them in like saws and stuff like to make a great escape. It's a true story.
Damn.
They escaped.
I heard about it.
Yeah, they escaped and everything like that. They got out for 28 days and one of them
28 days?
Yeah, they escaped for 28 days. One of them got shot and one of them got severely injured.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, I ain't
But they got out that bitch.
They did.
Do you ever think about that? You ever think about like, did you? I mean, 8 years isn't enough to. Like, I think I'd have to do 20 to want to escape. Like
you gotta be prepared to take whatever come after, because like if a person doing life, yeah, but if you got an out date, it don't make sense.
Yeah.
It don't make sense. It's not even a jiggle or a wiggle or nothing. You got an out date.
25.
You have an out date.
But 25.
But you have an out date.
But if I'm 25 and
if
I'm
you
doing
do that shit, you don't longer have an out date.
Yeah, that's true. And the guy that did escape and got shot and went back, he's on a 24-hour lockdown. Like, he can't even move now.
There you go.
So that sucks.
They're gonna have a camera up everywhere on his ass, man. It's
can't even move.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. That's why I said decisions on who you fuck with. Who knows that the person he was rocking with was like, bro, let's get out of here. And he like, fuck it, I got her right here. And they put it together. So like, who you fuck with is everything, man. You never know the situation.
But look, if I'm 35 and I'm doing 25. I'm finding a way.
You talking about time? So you talking about your age when you get out?
Do you think when you're in the facilities you were in, did you ever think like that's actually a way out? Like did you ever see something like that? I could do that. Like I'm not going to, but I could see that.
No, I never seen.
You don't find any weaknesses?
You see more people trying to get the bag than they're trying to get out. I ain't gonna lie, you got guys in there trying to make serious fucking money. Just but they taking a risk, so they like fuck it. But yeah, that's what I've seen. Motherfuckers, they trying to make money, send it home, and get right before they get out. So,
was your first day out? Like, talk about the experience of getting out after 8 years.
Boy, it was a lot to take in, considering you ain't seen. You got nephews that's big as fuck now. And when you went in, there was babies. People you ain't been around that's your family. So it's like how you say, like it's overwhelming. Like it's a lot of shit coming at you at once. You don't know how to take it at first, so you kind of fade back until you able to really figure things out, like what's going on, who is who, because everybody when you were out there, not the same when you get back. So you got to figure all that shit out.
Wow. Did you have kind of a moment to yourself? Did you like do your like meal, and did you have it kind of like in your head of what you were gonna get?
I definitely didn't have an idea, but they definitely took me to a buffet, and I went crazy. I went crazy.
Golden Corral or something?
Yo, I can't remember which one it was, but it was definitely good. I know what I ate. I ate mac and cheese. I ate mashed potatoes. I ate string beans. I ate asparagus. 2 salads. But I went crazy, man. And see, the thing about that is, like, when I got out, I was a lot leaner. But when I was inside, I was almost 300 pounds.
Wow.
And this is no joke. I'll show you pictures. I was big as fuck. I didn't have a neck. I was working out so much, I didn't have a fucking neck.
Wow.
So I was on a visitation one time, my OG, right? This is funny as shit. Listen to this.
Yeah.
So you know how you get a visit, you eat. It's time to eat. Not that bullshit. So I'm getting chicken sandwiches. So I ate about 3 chicken sandwiches, 4 bags of chips. Like I ate so much, right? I'm sitting there in the chair. She said, son. I said, yeah. What's up, Mom? She said, can you breathe? I said, yeah, Mom. Why you say that? She said, you just look uncomfortable. So I'm sitting there with no neck, like a goddamn pit bull, like the Incredible Hulk and shit. So it kind of woke me up, like, even though, it's what you like to do at the time. You've been doing it for years. You working out is good for you, but coming out, that shit don't look that good being that fucking big. You know what I'm saying? So I had to,
that's crazy.
I had to really let go of some shit coming out because you can't take that shit with you. You've been there for years. So like anything, like I told you, practice, you take with you. So it's a lot of detoxing I had to do from that shit, for real.
Yeah, no, I'll have you send me the pictures of the before and after so when we clip it together, we can show like
on my phone,
the transition and shit. That's cool, man. No,
yeah.
Seriously, it takes a lot of discipline. You know, people who are free that can't freaking get it together. You know what I'm saying?
This shit is fresh. I can't wait to see your face. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, go right here, kid.
You look like T Grizzly in that bitch.
Hold on, let me zoom in for you.
Oh
It's unrecognizable.
Yeah.
That's not who I look like right now.
0%.
It is.
0%.
I'm not
Yeah, we're gonna have to
bullshitting
post
you.
that.
Look
We're
at
gonna
the
have to
gut
post it.
hanging off the goddamn bill. I was
That's
in
crazy.
there lifting up everything.
That's crazy. That's good shit, man.
That's
The
passing
discipline,
time.
right?
Yeah, passing time.
I was gonna bring something up. Oh yeah, I didn't want to. I know it's like fucked up to say stuff like you did 8 years, I did 2 days. I know it's not right to bring up, but I'm just
What's
gonna
up?
do it anyway because it's
What's
the truth.
up?
But
What's up?
I remember. Listen, the only reason my 2 days felt like forever was two things. One, I was innocent,
For sure.
but there was a gun in my car, so you know what I'm saying. So
yeah, circumstances.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So when I was locked up, the first minute I got to talk to my lawyer, she was like, most likely, since the gun was in your car, you're doing something. You're going probation. Something's gonna happen to you.
Yeah.
She was like, there's no way out of it. And she's like, I don't know what it's gonna be. She's like, or you can basically snitch, quote unquote snitch. And I still remember when she said snitch. I looked around my cell and I seen all these people.
That's
I'm
like an
"Are you-"
echo. Snitch.
I'm like, what are you? I was like, don't say those words on the phone. They can hear you. Like, don't talk that loud.
You don't want that,
But
man.
that's why it was every minute was an hour when I was in there because two things. I didn't know what the hell was going to happen to me. That's one thing, which is the worst feeling when you don't know what's going to happen to you. And second, I knew I wasn't supposed to be there. So it was like a really long, and I never had done something like that before. So by the time I had came out, I felt like I was there for a year. I'm not trying to be a bitch, man.
I know what you're saying. I'm listening to you. I ain't judging. Yeah,
I felt like it was a year. So when I got out, first thing I did, when I was thinking about food, which is crazy to say because it's only been 2 days.
Yeah, what you eat?
I went straight to Fuddruckers. I bought
I ain't been to Fuddruckers in a minute.
man, I got a half-pound burger, wings, mozzarella sticks. Bro, I was so relieved by the time I got
eat
up.
a half-pound burger, man. You wasn't playing.
I was going crazy, and I was so relieved from the tension that I didn't even finish my meal. I had like 3 bites of everything. I passed out.
Oh yeah, that'll do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, your eyes bigger than your fucking stomach. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you had the thought like I'm about to eat all this shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But it's
over with.
kind of funny to me that like you did 8, and like when you get out, you're thinking about a first meal, and I did 2, and I was thinking about a first meal. That's like so weird, right?
And
Like,
then once you eat, you over it. It's
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah.
You don't crave like that no more.
but you kept yourself healthy as far as what you're digesting, and even when you got out, it's like besides the mac and cheese, it sounds like you were still relatively trying to
So
stay
yeah,
cool.
like blessing and a curse. You got to take the good out of shit, not dwell into the negative. So it's a lot of good I try to take from the situation. Yeah, for sure. And that was definitely one of them. Staying healthy.
Did you when you got back into music and everything like that? Did you use it as a therapy, or did you use it as like, no, I'm gonna make it doing this?
I definitely use it as a therapy, but it was people around me letting me know that no, you have talent. You know what I'm saying? So keep going.
Yeah.
And then when I had my son, I had a son. So my first child in 2019, June 29th, he always say, "Daddy, play your music. I want to hear your music." So, him letting me know kids have a good ear for music. So he got my back too. So it's a beautiful thing. He giving me that motivation as well.
I don't know why the most things I like to watch is I think I like to watch prison movies a lot, and I like to watch war movies a lot. And I think
Real life situations.
Yeah, and real life, but also that a unit is together to some degree. Whether you're in prison, it's still a unit.
Yeah,
Whether you like people
I
or
agree
don't
with
like
that.
people in the
Yeah.
army. But one thing I took from both of them that was very interesting was the concept of your woman waiting for you. So like people in the army their women's waiting for them, and
Yeah.
people in prison, their women's waiting for them.
Yeah.
And in both movies or in both circumstances, all your friends are like, yo, don't even.
Yeah,
she's-
don't even worry
she's
about
fucking
that.
up.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think
oh yeah.
in the military they call it a Joey or something like that. They say like she's with Joey, or
never
there's
heard
like a
that.
name
She's
that They give the guy a name that's fucking your girl. They all call him like Joey or something.
That's crazy.
Like that.
I didn't know that.
So they have like Joey's fucking her right now while you're thinking about her. So just forget about her.
Yeah.
Did you see people around you that had to go through that? Like, bro, don't even.
Hell yeah, bro. People be fucked up, especially when you have invested into a person, however much they invested. Yeah, they be fucked up. They be raging. They be slamming the phone, breaking it. Hell yeah, they be going crazy. Because what if that was their only line of getting money, communication? Hell yeah, you pissed. You angry as fuck. And then you can't do nothing about it.
Can't do shit.
Hell yeah. So that's another thing, like, people don't look at what you give out while a person in there can have an effect on how long he do. Because if you take the energy and go crazy, now you got another case inside. So you got to figure shit out, man.
Do you think that there's a possibility that anybody could ever say some type of words that would stop somebody from creating an act that would get them ended up?
If you know them well enough, yeah. There are definitely some trigger words for sure. Yeah, people got them. Everybody got them. You got them. Yeah, you got one.
What?
A trigger word to keep you from doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody got one.
A certain person can call you and stop you from doing something stupid.
Yeah, everybody got that.
Yeah. You wish they call you at those times.
Exactly.
Turn
That's
the fucking
key.
car around.
That's the key. That's the key for sure.
I think I did have that before, and I just did not listen. I don't remember what I did, but somebody was telling me not to do it. Oh, I remember now. This one time I didn't cheat on my girlfriend. I didn't cheat, but we broke up for up for 1 day. And you know when you break up for 1 day, you're probably gonna get back together.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that
eventually.
1 day, I had broken up with her. At the same
Free
time,
pass?
this other bitch was trying to fuck me at the same time. But I knew I was gonna get back with my girl, so I knew I was gonna feel guilty if I did this.
Yeah.
So I called one of my girls. And I was like, "Yo, do you think I should go fuck this girl?" She's like, "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it." I was like, "Bitch, if you were somebody else, I would listen." I hung up and I went and fucked that girl, and I felt guilty for like
that one person.
Yeah, I did, but I didn't listen. That was the problem. The difference is if it was somebody I listened to, I would have not done it. Just like when you fuck without protection, right? I call my boy. I have a certain friend that I call. Like, what are the chances I'm gonna catch something?
Man, don't even ask that. Just don't take the risk. You don't know, bro. You don't know. Accept the things you don't know. So don't take the risk.
Yeah.
Don't even fuck that.
Yeah.
Nah. You don't want to get nothing you can't get rid of, bro.
Can't reverse that shit.
Yeah, fuck that.
And then the whole time after, you're like feeling paranoid. Like, did I catch something?
Yeah, and that's one of your strengths. So you ain't mentally strong. Because you got shit going on, that's going to affect your ass, man. Yeah. Good. Strap up all the time.
When you were inside and you got to be with people that have already been there for a long time, the guys who are OGs, and did they ever talk to you and tell you like the best ways to get through time or the best ways to handle yourself?
They definitely give you their pointers if they feel like you got a stable state of mind to accept, certain ways of people giving it to you. Because everybody, even if you give it to them, not going to take it the way you probably view them to do so. So, yeah, but if they feel like they, you got it upstairs, yeah, they probably come breathe on you for sure, whatever they've been through.
If anybody's watching this right now that is possibly considering doing something stupid, what kind of message could you provide?
Think it through, man. Think it through and be aware of the ripple effect of your actions.
Yeah.
Because it's a ripple, bro. Always. You drop anything in there, it's going to be an effect, and it's going to spread. So be careful.
Man.
Be careful.
That's legendary. Is there any projects you want to promote?
Definitely, my Instagram at BRN_4-1. I definitely got some projects coming up. You can also check me out on YouTube. I got some early projects still, but I got a mixtape coming out with my brother right here. So we getting it together, just trying to get it mastered and mixed the right way where, I'm not questioning shit. So then I'm definitely going to come holler at you on it.
Oh, for
if
sure.
You're willing, definitely.
Now you guys are shooting music videos together as well?
Oh, yeah.
You want to shout them out real quick?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, shout yourself. Come on, man. Give it to him.
Okay, cool. And now you guys do...
You said Portrait Studios? On the Spot Portrait Studios. Westland, Michigan.
Cool.
Appreciate that, bro. Sorry about that.
No, appreciate you guys for pulling up, man, and really giving us insight on this. I think it's really cool to hear somebody that comes out with more enlightenment, you know what I'm saying, and tries to spread that enlightenment. And you try to start a business that would help people that have been through the circumstances you've been through.
Yeah, everybody need it, man, because it's, it's crucial trying to build with nothing, and everybody need that help, no matter if they feel like they do or don't.
Yeah.
You still want to give it to them.
It's a responsibility level that you take when you do something like that a lot of people don't want to take, which is helping other people and helping people that have been through the circumstances you've been through. So,
and it's the same thing with the industry. Like, you could say a guy been through shit. Yeah, he deserve it, but some people might be like, well, his music ain't in line. So yeah, like they do the same thing. They look at who the right person to invest that time into. So it's all connected. It's all connected for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I appreciate you being a part of this. Look forward to the tape dropping. Look forward to what you do out here, and really hope to see that you get what you put into it, because I feel like a lot of people who are working really hard in the city aren't getting what they put into it.
I agree.
I feel like I'm trying with this podcast to bring spotlight to people.
You're doing
bring
it.
Exposure.
You're
I appreciate
doing
it. So look forward to seeing what you bring. We're at Parallel Sound Studio. High Low Visuals are shooting these productions. We're out.
For sure.
Peace. That was fire.
Yeah, I liked it.
That was super fun.
That was heavy.
Yeah. Let's do a photo together, bro.